Coming up next, it's a UFC heavyweight division collision. Well, always exciting when this guy shows up on the fight card, Daniel. He is a true mixed martial artist. Not really any glaring weaknesses, at least, that he's put on film thus far.
He's the new breed of fighter. Those kids that start doing everything at 6 years old. They start wrestling, they start doing jiu-jitsu, they start to box. He's one of those guys that has every one of those skills, and he does them all at an A+ level. He's got tremendous cardio. He is the type of fighter that in a few years will just litter the UFC roster across the board.
And oftentimes his opponents will say he doesn't really do anything special, but he does everything at a plus level, and he believes he'll have a lot of advantages in this matchup tonight. Well, this guy has truly made the takedown a thing of beauty in mixed martial arts. With respect to yourself and George St. Pierre and the truly great takedown artists, this guy's closing the gap and entering that company in the eyes of many.
Oh, absolutely, because he's done such a great job of timing takedowns. I haven't seen anyone so good at slipping a jab into a takedown since George St. Pierre.
Right.
He does a phenomenal job of getting from step 1 to step 2 before his opponent even realizes now he's in on my leg. And if they do get their hips back, immediately he's up into a foot sweep or a headlock or an inside trick. It's just so many different ways for him to get you to the floor that he will throw every single one at you every single time.
And a lot of fighters talk about that wrestling maintenance and how hard it is, right, over the course of a career to continue to drill those things. He talks a lot about that, and that's why he's continued to realize success here in the UFC.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 15 wins, 5 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 265 pounds. Fighting out of Sydney, Australia, Ty Bam Bam Tuivaasa. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 12 wins, 3 losses. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 252 pounds. Tom Aspinall! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Miragliotta.
So Dan Miragliotta shares the cage. You ready? All right, so the fight is underway. We will see how it plays out. It's a pick'em fight according to Las Vegas, and really hard to think of a weakness that we have seen on film from either guys in their UFC careers thus far.
I feel like both of these guys are the top of the food chain. They're the best of the best that we can put inside the octagon. They are so well-rounded. They have every skill, and that is going to be on display tonight in this key match.
And they separate. Oh, that's a good right hand. Sound defensively blocks the shot. Ooh. Knee to the body.
An uppercut needed.
All right, he engages in the single collar tie. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense?
Massive knee lands from the side punch.
Now he's got the Muay Thai prop.
Beautiful strike.
Right, single collar tie now. Here's the kick, blocked by Tuivaasa. Straight right hand now, just misses. Nice job landing the double jab there, DC.
I mean, you are definitely pressing that, but you love that one, don't you? You love that jab.
So just over 20 total strikes have now landed for Tai Tuivasa. Well, he's certainly keeping busy, DC, connecting with most of the punches he's thrown.
I I mean, punches in bunches. He's doing a great job. There you go. There you go.
This might just be a matter of time.
Oh!
The sheer will is really remarkable to watch. All right, side control now, DC. When you get side control in a fight, what are you looking at?
When I get to the side control in the fight, and I believe this young man should do the same thing, it's secure first. Grab everything in tight. Make sure your elbows are in. Make sure you've got something locked in so your opponent doesn't just squirm away. Punch short punches, but try to make the opponent make a choice. Either he turns back into you, you take your front headlock, or he turns in the opposite direction, you throw your hook in, and you start looking to get a choke off.
Well, hard to win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by Tuivasa. All right, half guard now. Not a fighter you want in half guard against you. For the bottom fighter, what does he need to do?
He needs to secure his underhook. He's got to be fighting.
Looks like he's trying to isolate an arm here, DC.
Yeah, he's isolated it to try to get a Kimura here.
It's in there deep. There you go.
Now he falls back into the finishing position.
And there it is! All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground, DC. Talk us through the highlight.
He's such a phenomenal grappler. I don't understand how people don't know that this guy wants to submit you. He is the best grappler, best submission specialist we've seen in a long time.
So there he is, your winner by submission. That is a finish they will likely be talking about for some time. Big win, major statement made to the rest of this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliotta has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 27 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by submission,
All right, so there he is, all smiles and rightfully so after he gets the job done by submission tonight. You told me off the air before the fight that he was going to submit him, and that's exactly what happened.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. And his opponent is known to lay in the guard. He made him pay for it tonight, got the submission victory.